Yeah. What's your name?
Vincent.
And Vince, where are you from?
I've been living in Atlanta here for almost 2 years.
And what kind of work you do?
I do social justice work. I live in a communal activist house, and basically we do activism. We do socially constructive work instead of socially destructive work like that pays money.
And you're with the Occupy Wall Street movement in Atlanta.
I've been supporting. Yeah, I work with mainly with Cop Watch. We film the police to try and prevent police brutality, and hold police accountable. And so that's kind of what. But we also do like know your rights trainings and stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing a lot of.
So let me ask you though, how do you think the Occupy Atlanta is going?
I think it's good. I think we've shifted our tactics and we shifted our focus. We're not really putting a lot of energy into having a giant public occupation with lots of people. Which in one way, I mean, in one sense, like, it's kind of sad because it was a really beautiful thing that was happening and there was a lot of potential there, but at the same time, like, we're focusing a lot of energy into other projects, like the foreclosure defenses, Peachtree and Pine, just doing more like community-oriented organizing.
These are different issues, though, right? Of the Occupied.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of different things. I think it's more realistic to understand Occupy as an umbrella for a bunch of different movements that are finally coming together and working together now, whereas before they weren't.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think like you're accomplishing anything?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, let me ask you a question. You can still walk 2 blocks in any direction out of here, and life goes on the same as it did before you guys were occupying.
Yes and no. I mean, I think we've had some tangible victories. Occupy Atlanta specifically. I mean, there was the Bridget Walker's home, which was being foreclosed on. They finally negotiated with the bank to restructure their mortgage to an acceptable level. And I think really that the Occupy movement has been incredibly successful in changing the discourse about politics in America. I mean, if you watch, I don't even watch corporate TV or corporate news or anything like that. But
what's corporate news? What would that be?
The news that most people get.
Like
ABC, CNN, MSNBC, Fox. It's not just Fox News. It's also CNN. It's also MSNBC, BBC even. Yeah, BBC's better than Fox, but like it's still corporate news. But I mean, when you'll watch it and you'll hear these pundits and these talking heads throw around phrases like the 1% and the 99%, not even talking about Occupy. They're just talking about the systems of power in globally and nationally and everything. So I mean, like, we've been very successful in forcing the scope of the debate to change and shift towards more actual issues rather than bullshit.